Welcome to Sports Talk today. I'm Nick.
I'm Jack.
Today we'll be doing wild card predictions. Which quarterback is under the most pressure this postseason? The Kyle Korver trade to Cleveland. Best running back that'll be joining the draft this year. What the Vikings will do now that the season's over. Some players that are going to be in their second year to watch this next NFL season. Now we start with our playoff predictions.
All right. So I have the Raiders defeating the Texans. That game's actually going on right now as we speak. So,
It's 13-7 right now.
Yeah, so sorry if it comes out late, whatever. I just have that because I feel like the Texans are going to give them a fight, but Raiders still probably win. The Seahawks are over the Lions because I don't feel like Lions really deserve the wild card spot. I feel like the Redskins should have got it, and I'm kind of mad because I'm kind of a Kirk Cousins fan because I feel like he's pretty cool. Steelers over Dolphins because it's the Steelers. They're going to beat the Dolphins. It's the Dolphins. Stupid animal name. It's not biased whatsoever, even though they're stupid animal name. And I have the Packers over the Giants because this is kind of biased because if the Giants win, they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And it's going to be them and the Patriots. And it's going to be the same thing that happens every year, every time they play. It's going to be like someone catching it off their toe or something, and it's going to be for a touchdown. And that's not going to happen. I don't want it to happen.
All right, I have the Giants beating the Packers. Only because the Packers' defense is not. It's kind of like the Steelers playing against the Packers. They're going to destroy them. Their DBs can't cover their receivers, and that's going to be the difference in this game. I have Seattle over Detroit, mainly because Detroit can't run the ball. It's the reason they always are coming back in the fourth quarter. I have Houston over Oakland. It sounds crazy, but Oakland's DBs, same thing with the Packers. Their DBs aren't very good, and the Brock Osweiler can play. We know he can. He beat the Patriots last year. I feel he can do it again, but he's not going to do it in their next game, that's for sure. And then I have the Dolphins beating the Steelers. Jay Ajayi is going to run over their defense. It's going to happen.
I feel like Jay Ajayi, he has a 200-yard game. The next game, he's like 50 yards.
He had three consecutive 200-yard games.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I feel like after he has a big game, he slows down a lot. So I don't feel like it's gonna be anything.
Now to which quarterback is under the most pressure to win this postseason?
This is pretty obvious for me. I'm going the postseason altogether.
Yeah.
I just picked wild card. But all right, I'll do it.
Same thing.
Okay. I have Connor Cook because he's a backup. Enough said. He's a backup quarterback. And Derek Carr's out for the season. He could potentially lead him to a Super Bowl win. It's not going to happen because Tom Brady and the Patriots are, but still, he could. There's Matt Moore. He plays for the Dolphins. Stupid animal. And, Wait, is Matt Moore still playing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I feel like Matt Moore, he's the backup. And again, backups have more pressure when they're starting. And Dak Prescott, because everyone thinks he's amazing and blah, blah, blah. But I want to see him take on real teams now. Take on a team like the Packers or something. Because he only completes, his average passing, attempt is, 4 yards per pass or something like that. So I want to see him throw the ball deep in the playoffs and see what happens.
I have Brock Osweiler, and he's my only one because he got benched prior to this game, and then the starter that replaced him got hurt. This is his chance to come back and prove I still have it and at least have a chance starting next season to win that starting quarterback spot.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think he's under the most pressure. Because he's
if he loses this game, they're not gonna do anything with him. They're just gonna bench him and draft somebody else. But if he proves that he can win this game and maybe do something in the next round if they win, he's proved something, and Texans will have some difficulties figuring out what they're gonna do.
Even if he loses it, I still think they should keep him because they signed him a 4-year contract. It's only been 1 year.
Yeah,
you know?
they can't trade him. There's nobody
like
they
this-
can trade him for.
49ers. Actually, no, Colin Kaepernick played good this season.
Now, the recent trade between the Atlanta Hawks and Cleveland Cavaliers has been big. Do you think it makes them a bigger contender in this playoff season if they can make it, maybe even the finals?
They're gonna make it. Enough said, they're like 27-8. B, I had no idea about this, so if I'm like kind of wrong on stuff, my bad. But I feel like to me they were already one of the finalists. Like they were already a favorite.
I mean, does
to go in.
this give them a better chance too?
Yeah, way better chance because it's gonna help LeBron James a lot. So yeah.
The way I look at it is they're probably going to go up against the Warriors, and the Cavaliers didn't do anything this offseason in getting better people. The Warriors went out and got KD. KD compared to Corver makes them a better team, and it doesn't really getting Corver may help LeBron take off more time in these games, but with KD on the Warriors, it outweighs the Corver.
But I feel like the Warriors are slowly going down now. Like their last game, like the fourth quarter meltdown they had, I forget who it was against. I don't know. But I just feel like they're not really producing like they are last year, even with KD. Or if they are producing, they're producing the same thing they have last year. So I don't think KD's becoming that much of a factor when it comes to winning.
I think it's more he's stepping in when Curry's not having his best days.
Which seems like
on
every
the
day now.
Christmas Day game against the Cavaliers, Curry didn't do too well, but KD stepped up and had a monster game. They didn't win, but he still had a big game.
Well, I'm not saying KD's not like producing points, but I'm saying that the Warriors are scoring basically the same amount as they were last season, even with KD on it.
But just think of it like this: they got KD, the Warriors got KD, the Cavaliers got Corver. Which one's better, KD or Corver?
Well, KD, but which team's overall better?
The Warriors were better before.
I know.
Already better than the Cavaliers. And then they got KD, and then all these injuries started happening to Cleveland, and then they got Corver. It doesn't help.
Well, it helps a little bit.
Doesn't even it out that much.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, KD didn't really affect the team that much this year because...
He has.
Well, hit the points, yeah, but, like, not the overall wins.
Well, it's been more Curry hasn't really done what he had been before. Some people may think I'm stupid for saying that, but KD has been stepping up for this team.
But they're still producing the same as they did last year, so I didn't really see the need to pick up KD, though.
It was more he wanted to go to them, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't like KD. Alright, Vikings quarterback situation for next year. If Teddy Bridgewater is healthy, because his leg is like in half. So
I say they trade Bradford for an offensive lineman. It might sound crazy, but I remember the first year Teddy Bridgewater got drafted in one of their games, their starting quarterback was doing horrible. And I remember the Vikings fans chanting, "Teddy, Teddy." And they loved it. They loved Teddy Bridgewater. I say they keep him. Bradford is injury prone anyways. He's hurt. This is one of the first seasons he's actually gone without getting hurt.
Season. He's gone without getting hurt.
But their O-line is the only reason they didn't go that far this year. They started off good, but then their O-line just started playing horribly. So I say they trade Bradford for an offensive lineman, maybe to Denver, to San Francisco, or someone like that, and get a better offensive lineman, and they'll be contenders next year.
I feel like they should keep Bridgewater if he's healthy. Do not put him in if he's not 100%, because if you put him in when he's not 100%, he's going to go down and his career is over, because his leg basically... He might be out for a lot of games next year, actually, with his leg. So I wouldn't rush him in that much. And Bridgewater's not that really consistent. If you look at his stats this whole season, his passing touchdowns and
That's his.
passing
It's only his
yards,
rookie season though.
rookie season and second year.
Oh.
He's not consistent. He's not like horrible. He's not throwing like 5 interceptions a game, but he's not like one game will have like 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, which is pretty good. The next game he'll have like no touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
I think what they should do is draft a receiver and an offensive lineman, and then trade Sam Bradford for another lineman, and they'll be set.
They should trade away AP.
What? Why?
He's 32. He's going down a lot. He's injury prone.
It's because their offensive line hasn't been doing very good, and he's been hurt all season.
But when he's even healthy, he's not like the AP we all know. They should trade him for like a offensive lineman then. And
But who's going to take his spot? That'll be
a running back in the draft, Leonard Fournette, someone good. Brian Hill from Wyoming.
All
You can
right.
get him in the third
So,
round.
so that takes us to our next category. Best running back in the draft this year.
Okay, well, there's Leonard Fournette, definitely. Christian
It's the best one, not the top 5.
You know, I want to go for the ones I like. I want to mention Brian Hill as well. Christian McCaffrey, whatever his name is. Nell Pumphrey from San Diego State. He's not going to have a good NFL career, but I feel like he's going to get drafted really early. Jeremy Nichols from Boise State. And then Brian Hill from Wyoming.
I've just got Christian McCaffrey.
Leonard Fournette?
No, Leonard Fournette has been hurt a lot. So is Christian McCaffrey, don't get me wrong. But when he came back this season, he was an amazing performer. And then Leonard Fournette, he was out a lot this year with many different injuries. He didn't really care for his safety that much, hurdling defenders, getting a helmet right to his knee. And he doesn't protect himself, and I think it's going to hurt him. And he's just not going to do that well in the draft. I mean, he's going to get drafted higher, but he's not going to be as good in his NFL career.
All right. Second year players to watch for. I have 4. How many you have?
I have 3.
All right. I have Michael Thomas from New Orleans. Reason why I have him, because this year he's had 92 catches.
Everybody's already watching him. They all know he's really good.
I'm aware. I know.
Well, then,
I'm just saying.
all right.
I'm just saying he's going to have a better year next year. Because until Drew Brees throws less than 4,000 yards in the season, and he's like 39, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Last time Drew Brees failed to reach that, I believe either Cam Newton won the Heisman. No, Cam Newton was leading Auburn to a national championship, or Tim Tebow was hoisting the Heisman. One of those two. That was the last time Drew Brees failed to throw for over 4,000 yards, under 4,000 yards, or passed for under 32 touchdowns. It's not going to stop anytime soon. With Michael Thomas there, he's going to catch more balls. Michael Thomas might be a top 5 wide receiver next year.
Mm-hmm. I've got Jatavis Brown of the Chargers. He was hurt.
No idea who that is.
Did you not see the Broncos-Chargers game Thursday night?
No. I watched it. But...
He did really good. He
What
was
position?
linebacker.
Oh, and I don't care about defense.
Yeah, but he had a big game, and then he was riddled with injuries the rest of the season. He didn't play much the rest of the year, but I feel he's got potential. He's got some very good potential. I've got Laquan Treadwell. I only have him because he didn't get targeted almost at all this season. And if the Vikings do what I said with getting an O-lineman and giving the quarterback more time to throw, I feel he will have a better season next year. It'll be really good for him. And then Kenyon Drake. Now he's been overshadowed by forgot his name.
Jay
Ajayi. And now he's been returning kicks and punts now, and that's going to get him more time on offense, and he's gonna have a better year next year. He started to come on a lot at the end of the season. He's gonna have a big game next year probably.
Yeah, but until Jay Ajayi fails to get over 1,000 yards a season, I don't think it's going to happen. Because Jay Ajayi is like he's like 20. He's like basically the same age as Kenyon Drake too. So it's not like he's gonna decline or anything. I feel like.
No, but the Dolphins are going to start sharing more time between them. It's gonna.
But I feel like Jay Ajayi is more the bell cow running back, and Drake's just like the third downer. He's like the what you call it. I don't know what it's called.
Third down, yeah.
The secondary. No, I don't know right now.
All right.
I had three more people. I forgot. I have Jared Goff because when they get an offensive lineman or a receiver and they stop giving the Todd Gurley the ball only 15 times a game and having Jared Goff pass for 40 times, I feel like they're going to do pretty good.
Next.
Okay, Farrell Cooper from the Rams as well.
Oh my God.
Because the later part of the season, he's turned it on too. Like they used him a lot more often. He's not gonna be great, but he's gonna be decent. Then I have Hunter Henry from the Chargers, because Antonio Gates is going downhill a lot. He's not gonna last for another year.
Yeah.
And Hunter,
I'd say he'd be a third-year player to watch for. He's already been doing good, and he's probably going to get more next year.
right.
And one more.
One more?
Paul McRoberts.
Oh, I was gonna say him.
He
had one catch last game actually.
Yeah, exactly. He's got potential. He did really good for his college, and he was their number one receiver, always producing. He was their go-to guy. He's gonna do good. He got signed off their practice squad 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
And
then
now
the
he's-
last game,
and he
one
might-
catch for 6 yards.
He might be that difference maker for the Rams next year.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right.
That's Sports Talk today. Thank you for watching.
I forgot what to say. It's already said
Yeah.
peanuts, carrots, watermelon. Right.
I think it's